Mark
That's
McDermott, 1970 Chevelle Super Sport at a Newport, Vermont Car Show.
There we go. Cool. No worries at all. I know
All right.
exactly what happened because I'm the one that made those, and I think I sent them to you in the wrong order.
No, that was the last show I hosted.
Exactly. Yeah. Here we go.
Ooh. That's a rip.
Yes, I know him. He bought it? He bought a what? Charger. No kidding. He went with me. He rode in the truck with me on the way down and had Ernie and Chris Flora. We went down. Oh, yeah. He still got his Cuda. Yeah, but we didn't take that. We took this down on the trailer and Chris enters his truck. We took a third place this year with his truck. He took the second. He got a 12 Ram. Yeah.
Okay, the next number is number 56.
Yeah.
Number 56.
Yeah.
This is yours?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, I do video for Facebook and YouTube. Do you feel like talking it up?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. It's real easy. Just, my name is, and this is and just like you're telling a friend about it,
Okay.
Cool.
Hi, my name's Mark McDermott. This is my 1970 Chevelle SS. It's a misty turquoise color. It's got a 454 4-speed.
Yeah.
355 gears. What else there's to say?
But that moves right along.
Oh, yeah, it goes all right. Yeah.
Good.
Got enough to pull it.
Yeah. Now, is this original or a restoration? Or?
It's a restoration.
Yeah, beautiful.
Original color.
Original color, yeah.
Yeah, off the trim, Daddy.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and take that. I'm going to get some other shots of it.
Hello.
Hey, Mark.
Again, we're going to call one more time. Number 56. Number 56.
What about like a water gear cast? I'd like to have one. What are you trying to I haven't put it on a dyno.
I don't think they are. They've been throwing a lot of stuff away. I know 40,000 over.
Yeah, it's been born over. I got the accents on it.
Okay, the next number is number 57. Number 57.
Yeah, that's really nice, Mark.
Don't forget it's the number on your
How long ago was the restoration done?
car.
Oh, 10 years ago.
10 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. It's keeping it up nice, huh?
Doesn't get out that much.
Sure. Yeah, that's amazing. Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, back then I couldn't afford them, so now there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Number 57.
Cool. Well, nice meeting you, Mark. I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
All right. I'll take this one first. The one I like right there, the first thing you see is that high-rise manifold. The high-rise manifold, and another thing that got me that you don't see on cars today is those chrome side mirrors.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But great car.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And then yourself there, Rob?
Another investment is just going to go up in value, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember when I first seen the hood pins, I kept saying, they're not factory. And the guy pulled me out a factory sheet and showed me where they were option. You could order the hood pins, eh?
Oh.
Nice.
But what a great looking car.
I always thought they were aftermarket myself. But okay. Factory.
Yeah. Some of them had factory. And I think they started with Dodge was the first one with the 446 pack and the Cougar were their first ones with hood pins I've seen.
All right, Mr. Michael Delage, I believe you should have a picture of that, right?
I probably do have pictures of that particular car. Maybe not that one, but a similar one of the same year and probably close to the same color, probably.
Oh no, I meant of the Dodge and the hood pins.
Yes, I do have a few on them. With the hood
All
pins,
right.
I do have a few. I was just thinking about the chrome, and when you talk about the mirrors, I'm like, geez, I wonder why they did away with the chrome mirrors and the chrome bumpers. Geez, I wonder if it could be because the lights, the bright LED lights on the cars today and halogens, it'll hit the chrome and it'll bounce
Oh,
back and it will
reflection.
blind you, so you will hit the car.
Yeah.
That'd be okay, but you don't see too much chrome on any cars anymore.
No, but
That's
I'm
true.
thinking it could be because of reflection too, but it's also the biggest reason was cost. You crack up a bumper, it's gonna be big money compared to a rubberized bumper, which is a lot cheaper and easier to make. But
Body covered.
but
Body colored. Yeah.
I remember hearing about cars in Duesenbergs and other vehicles, and they had to remove some of the chrome and stuff because it just was a reflection, especially the fire engines. When they had the afferent sparks with a big round glow ball on the top, they actually had to paint that red because it was source of reflection and it actually caused blindness of other drivers on the road.
Causing problems. Wow. It becomes a safety issue, I imagine. Yeah.
All right.
And then we've got a comment that's come in.
All right. From David at Alaska Railroads. Last car of the evening happens to be my favorite year, 1970.
Yeah.
Great show. Great show, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And thank you, David. And thank you also to Stacy and Art Fosler and all the rest of our viewers. We really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful year hanging out with you guys.
Yes.
Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, all the viewers and also our friends here on the screen. And looking forward to catching up with everybody in the new year.
All right. Yeah. New
Merry
Year.
Christmas,
And in the new
everybody.
year.
Great job.
Happy New Year's. Happy Merry Christmas there, fellas.
Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent Amsoil dealer. Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good time with us tonight and decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We simulcast this podcast to 8 different places on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle on back here 1 week from tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be waiting for you. Also to our regular viewers who are here week after week after week, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we thank you so very, very much for that. It really means a lot. Pardon me. Let's take a couple of comments here and take a look here. We've got Chris at Firebird Nation saying, good evening, everyone. Ms. Formula 71 says hello to all. Hello back. Stacy and Art Fosler, regular viewers from Platkill, New York, are in the house tonight. Firebird Nation says YouTube is up. Ms. Formula 71 says sounds good and looks good. And one more comment before we get the party started. Hello from Battle Lake, Michigan. Well, thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you doing that. Let's bring our guests on tonight and turn on everyone's microphones. All right, gentlemen, how are we all doing tonight?
Okay, how are you?
Good. Good evening, everybody.
Good. Cool deal. Now, Chris Roy, are you able to tilt your camera down just a little bit?
Yeah.
One more.
There we go. Yeah, that was cutting your head off a little bit. And I'll tilt mine down as well. My head's, I'm getting a shave off the top of my head as well here. There we go. We're all looking good now. Well, cool. Let's get right into it. Item number one on the menu tonight is we've got a video that was sent to us by our own Chris Crandall, who's here tonight. He's got a video of a 1980 Pontiac Trans Am, a project car. Before we roll this video, Chris, do you have anything you want to say about it?
Just that I was shocked. This car sat on a major U.S. highway for a year. And a guy's car lot that basically that's how he deals with older cars. And nobody wanted it because the original turbo engine had been taken out of it. I seen it. It was a runner or driver's small issues, but I figured, you know what? It's got the classic look, and if it gets dinged by a shopping cart in a parking lot somewhere, so be it. You know, it's not show quality. I wanted one that looked that way, but one to drive around.
Sure.
And the guy offered a deal I couldn't walk away from.
Nice. Well, cool. Let's take a look at it then. Let me pull up that video, and we'll take a look, and we'll catch up with everyone on the other side.
Okay. Hello, everybody in the Muscle Car Podcast. Thank you, Mike, for letting us up. Just do a quick brief run around here, a couple quick videos. This is our 1980 SE that we talked about on last week's show. The one car they had, like we said, it's a Stage 2 455 Buick stuffed under the hood. Originally, this car came with the, I think it was a 4.9 301 cubic inch turbocharged. What you're seeing, we shut the hood, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room left here in the engine bay to stuff much more in. It's pretty full. I couldn't find the key off the top of my head, or I'd do a cold start, but you see this is the first year of the turbo, I believe, and I had the offset. The carburetor and everything was actually, in the turbo, was offset to the left side of the intake, which is why the configuration of the hood has the side off that way to allow for clearance for the turbo and the carburetor setup. But this is an original 80 SE, full disc brakes all the way around, WS suspension, has the black interior, T-tops, as they all pretty much came with. Typical, our dash pad's going to hell in the sunlight, which is normal for these cars. And we got some leakage back here for the package tray, where I guess the window seal or whatever leaks a little bit, but I bought it. It's got some dings and scratches. It's not the best looking. The only thing I've had to do to this car is put tires on it. I bought it as a running driver. You know, it's got some dings, some bangs, some scratches. And if you're sitting somewhere and it gets run into, no big deal. I've recently gotten the grill inserts off another original. I just haven't got the time to put them in yet. But overall, it's a clean running. You know, the engine's tired. It needs rebuilt. I knew that when I bought it, but it's a Trans Am with a 455. You know, an original. So it's a second gen runner driver. If somebody dings it, big whoop. You know, it needs work. So that's our ADSE. It's one of 5 in our collection. We have a 68 convertible, which is inside storage. It's a couple small welding areas left to do on it to go to media blast and then be painted once those are done. And we have an 84 Trans Am, which is sitting in storage up north. And the 71 Formula is back there in the garage. And we have a 79 10th anniversary, which is in storage in Pennsylvania. So y'all have a good day.
Cool. Yeah. So thank you so much to Chris for that cool video. Reactions, gentlemen?
A fun car for a daily driver.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I wish I could daily it, but like I said, the engine's tired. It's got quite a bit of blow by, so it needs new rings in it. It's I can actually say it's everyone that calls him a smoking the bandit. This one literally is because it leaves more smoke behind it than it does on the street.
Sure.
And
So what
the
do you
only
hide
thing
in
I
that?
did,
What do you hide in that 40-foot trailer?
that's where the 68 convertible is sitting. We bought the trailer, went to Oklahoma, picked it up from a friend that he had brought it from his place in California, and that's as far as we got with it, pretty much.
Yeah.
We got a bay in the garage we need to clean out, but I'm always on the road, so we haven't gotten the bay cleaned out to get the car out of the trailer. So hey, it's locked up, tight, secured, and dry.
Sweet.
And the SE, the only thing I did to be able to make it runnable, I did have to put a radiator in it, but it was the strangest thing I've seen because it wouldn't leak out. When I would go to drive it, I'd have to put about a half to 3/4 of a gallon of antifreeze in it to top it off. Idling, it wouldn't leak, but when you would throttle it up, it would blow antifreeze out the front of the grill 2 feet, 2 to 3 feet in front of the car. But it wouldn't leak at any other time unless you throttled it up. And you couldn't find it when you'd shut it off. It wouldn't leak on the ground or leak out. It was strange. I've never seen. I don't know if it's building pressure and a bad tube that was doing it. It was just odd.
Yeah, that's strange.
It's the easy way to explain it. But put a new radiator that was given to us in it, and other than the engine being tired, we haven't done anything with it. Put the tires on it and run it around a few times, but it needs work. It's got a little bit of body work it needs. It needs the engine rebuilt, but a 455 under the hood, and then further investigation that it's an original factory 11-to-1 compression 455.
Nice. Yeah, and it's got all the right options with the T-top and the honeycomb wheels and all that. It's got all the right options, so it's a great foundation for a project.
Yeah, WS suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes. It'll probably pass. Well, I can't say that. If the engine was running right, it would pass everything but a gas station.
Sure. Cool deal. Well, any final thoughts on the Trans Am before we move on to the next item?
Nice collector piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Favorite car.
So the next item on the agenda here is some announcements. We're going to go right into. We've got something from Chris Roy at the very top of the screen, top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, Chris, tell us about this Cadillac. You were wanting to pose some questions to the audience.
Yeah, it's my father's Cadillac. He left it to me when he passed away. Mom and I had to sell it briefly because we needed the money. We were able to get it back, but it needs a little bit of body work, as you'll see in the videos. Most of it, is the plastic parts. The plastic fender, the tail wings, and I'm just wondering how much trouble it's going to cost to fix it. But as you see, there's a little bit of rust underneath, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Sure. Well, let me cue up that video. We'll take a look at it, and then we've also got some still images as well. Let's take a look and then see what people think as to what it might yeah, so there it is. Yeah, it does look like those fenders need a little love. Gentlemen, any ideas on how complex that looks like that would be to repair that?
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it all depends on which way you want to go. Whether you want to, weld in sheet metal patch panels or glass it. It all depends on
Sometimes
how
it's
deep
just as
you
easy to replace a paint.
the extent that you want to get into it.
Well, I like to, pass it so it, it looks, decent. Had been at the show up here in Newport, and I like to get it back, back to that condition. And as I said, that looks halfway decent.
Sure. And then I do have some images, some close-ups of some of it. If you want to talk us through some of this, Chris, what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's underneath. I'm not sure what that is, or it doesn't look like it goes through, so I don't know how big of a deal that would be. That is on the passenger side front passenger.
Passenger side front. Cool. So hopefully you could just grind that down and coat that with something.
And that's on the hood. Obviously to be fixed, but again, it looks like cosmetic, but it would need to be fixed.
Sure.
So, and that's the plastic tail wing on the right, passenger rear tail wing.
Gotcha.
And driver's side right tail wing. And again, that's just plastic area. The metal part is fine.
Just to try to cover it up, protect it from the elements.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And same thing. Front, driver's side front.
Sure.
And that's just the hood, because the cover was left during a hailstorm and it was rubbing back and forth. So I think that probably, I don't know if that can be buffed out or not. It probably would have to be painted. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm not
If
sure.
anyone,
the other spots, I would say your easiest bet would be to sand it and have it repainted. That way you can blend it in and match the rest of the car. Your plastic pieces, you should be able to find anywhere just to replace them. Whether salvage yard and have it repainted, or maybe even buy them new from any of the aftermarket people somewhere, I'm sure.
What about the underneath where we were showing that rust spot there? Is that something that's fixable? I guess everything is fixable. There you go. I guess everything is fixable.
No, that's paint, right? That's not any kind of vinyl top or nothing.
No, that's underneath. That's on the passenger side front.
Yeah, that's just.
I mean, that's as far. I had a hard time trying to climb underneath it, but I was able to get that.
Yeah, sand it down good and clean it up. Yeah, you'd be able to fix that without any issue. It's not rusted through yet.
Nice.
So that's all fixable then.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
my
not
80 actually has worse damages than that too.
I'm sorry.
My 80 Trans Am actually has worse damages than what that has too.
Oh, really?
And it's all bodywork is fixable.
What's that?
Bodywork is fixable. Those are minor issues. A little bit of work, that's easily salvageable.
I mean,
if you can't find a place to buy the plastic, there is some people that have a welder for plastic. They can weld plastic in.
Right.
Oh wow.
And who could? I mean, but I'm disabled. I don't know anything about that end of thing. I'm sorry I keep moving here. I've been awake since 2:30 a.m. So, if I sound kind of out of it, that's why I'm ready to fall asleep any minute.
Sure, it's all good.
I don't know if anybody, could direct me, or maybe even give me a guesstimate cost on how much it would cost. I mean, are we talking a couple thousand? Are we talking 10,000?
Depends how much prep you do yourself, and if you want to have it professionally painted or tackle it yourself.
If you can find a backyard body shop guy to do the primary work and then take it to Pro Place, get it painted, you'll save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
But nobody.
And if anyone viewing this too has ideas or suggestions, by all means weigh in with comments. But go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I can give you an email address if anybody wants to email it. Like I said, um, I don't have a ton of money to dump into it. So if anybody, knows how I can do it, affordably,
Sure.
that would be awesome.
Sure. And it sounds like, if I understand your goals correctly, you're not looking for like a showpiece that's mint condition. You're looking for a driver that you can enjoy, just to kind of get it up to presentable quality, something that you can enjoy as a driver.
Yeah, exactly. And, maybe take it on the cruise night, or, the show, the shows in Newport or something,
Sure.
along those lines. I mean, like I said, I can't put $10,000 into it.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, what
that's a
I
good
see there,
question.
you could hands on it yourself. And I know the local Napa store where we live at, I had those same kind of pits and spots on our '84 Trans Am when I bought a home. And the local Napa store can actually take your paint code, at home. So if you find one that does it, but they'll mix the correct paint code paint with the clear coat in a spray can. So if you're hands on at all, you could do a lot of that yourself. Sand it down and prep it. I mean, body work is just tedious, but it's relatively simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get an angle grinder at Harbor Freight for $20 or $30, and especially that part underneath the car, you could grind that off. I've even got one I could loan you, since we're just a few miles away. Just to hit that with that angle grinder, grind it down to bare metal, and then put something over it to protect it until you can get it to a body shop.
Yeah, because he could do the
Well,
same thing I
it's in
did.
winter storage now. I'm sorry.
I would say that's
Well,
like
it's
the
in
spotter.
winter.
You can do the same thing I did. Is use an angle grinder, a brass wire brush that protects the metal, but it'll pull the paint and the rust off the clean metal, so that you can reprimer it and repaint it.
Nice, and that's what I've got on my angle grinder.
Right, because most of that work I wouldn't be able to do myself. So, excuse me. I don't know if anybody. Like I said, I'm looking in the comments. I mean, are we talking, a few $1,000s? Any even guess? Or
I don't think you'll do it under 5,000.
Doing it yourself, you could probably do it if you did it all yourself for probably under 2,500 or lower.
But Rob, you think it'd be about 5,000?
If you took it to the shop and had them do it. Yeah. But if you could do the small parts, like the one we use a grinder, touch it all up, and then mud it up, and then take it to the body shop and have them do the final. That's the hardest part, to get it perfectly smooth. And then they'll prime it and paint it. You might be able to get away with just over 1,000 if you can do the major work yourself.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I couldn't do it myself, unfortunately.
Sure. Well, we've got some comments coming in. We've got our friend from David at Alaska Railroad saying hello. Good to have you on here, David. Glad to have you back. And we do have to move on to the next topic. As part of this announcement section, we do an AMSOIL piece. We're on item number 2 still, and Rob is going to tell us about the weekly AMSOIL offer.
I happen to have one right here, Mike. Every couple of weeks, AMSOIL has a promotion thing. If you buy $100 worth of AMSOIL, they're going to send you a free gift. This week, it's a magnetic thing, and you can pick up, if you drop a bolt down an engine, you can pick it up. It's strong enough you can even pick up a pair of pliers. So if you drop something down there, but this is neat. It even has a light on it. So if you want to see what you're trying to pick it up, yeah,
sweet.
There you go. Yeah. So if anybody buys $100 worth of AMSOIL sending you this free gift for the next 2 weeks, and you got to use the promotion code. But if you're going to buy $100 worth of AMSOIL, sign up under Mike, become a preferred customer, and get the best possible discount you can. You save 25% on all the products. Yeah, buy $100 worth, you get free shipping. You're going to get this free gift. And on your birthday, they give you a $25 gift card. And every time you order something, they'll give you another $5 gift card. Every time you order something, you get another $5 gift card. And you can use that to renew your membership or to buy AMSOIL t-shirts, hats, or use it for your membership. This is a neat little gift they're throwing in when you buy your order.
Yeah, that's a really useful device. I can see that coming in handy for a lot of things. And while we're on the topic of AMSOIL, I have to mention on the lower left of the screen, Chris at Firebird Nation. He's an AMSOIL dealer as well. Now you're looking at the podcast team for AMSOIL. I'm signed up under Rob. Chris is signed up under me. So if you like what you're seeing here and you want to support this program, support everyone you're looking at here, use Chris's, let me find it, use Chris's dealer number, 304-81119. If you order through Chris's dealer number, everyone on the screen here benefits from that. And what I do with my commissions is apply them to offset the cost of this podcast. So we all thank you so very, very much for your support on that. It's a great way to support the podcast. And if you like us, it's a great way to support what we're doing here. Well, cool. So let's move on now. We're on item number 3. We're going to take a look at a 1971 Ford Mustang. And this car is for sale by our friends at B&B Auto Sales. Let me cue that up. Just takes a moment here. Sometimes the first video takes a minute, and sometimes it even fails to load, which it might give me a fail message here in a second, and then I'll just retry it. Yeah, exactly. This happens every week for some reason. The first time I go to play a video, let's try again.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're going to show you our 71 Ford Mustang Fastback. It is just have Mach 1 badging. It's not other. You can tell them by serial number. Nice car, but not a real Mach 1, just so you know up front. You can see it's got a good shine on the paint. You can see there's a little orange peel in it, so a cut and buff on this would really make it stand out. There you can see it probably was color change red. There's a little bit of you can see some red here and there, and I'll point it out because we are full disclosure. I want you to know exactly what you're getting. So paint, I would call just a good driver quality because from a few feet it's really sharp, and it don't have a lot of imperfections in it. So if you buffed it and did a little bit of touch up, it looked pretty good. There you can see what I'm talking about. They just need to shoot that a little better to cover the red, but then down here there's maybe, yeah, there you can see a little scratch. So I mean, they did a decent job, just not a show car. So if you're just looking for a driver quality car, this paint is I'd say above average driver quality, because still got a good shine to it. Interior's nice. Got a little seam right here. It's a little wore, but otherwise it's in pretty decent shape. Dash is good. Headliner's good. There you can see everything automatic. Shut the door a little harder. Oh, that window's catching. That's what the deal there is. So like I said, you can see a little flaw where there's a scratch here and there or something, and you may see a touch, a little bit of red right there is another one. But that's about it. That's your flaws you're going to see. There ain't any big dents or any rust. Nice clean car. Come from an older gentleman's collection. I bought 5 of them. He just didn't drive them. So looks like new carpet in it. Door panels are all in good shape. So if we're looking for a good looking 71 Mach 1 to go out and drive and have some fun, give me a call, 605-695-7391.
Yeah, my microphone was off. Sorry about that, gentlemen. But yeah, thanks to Dirk for that footage. Great car. Reactions, gentlemen.
That's a clean Mustang.
It looked like a Mach 1. You wouldn't know the difference unless you popped the hood.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a nice driver. You know, we've been talking about drivers. You know, something just to have to enjoy, to drive, and that's a prime example right there. Cool deal. And well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't hurt you too bad if it ended up getting run into. You know, it's not an original.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have that same collectability.
Depending on your insurance.
Yep. Some of my friends have original cars, and it says in their insurance policy they're not allowed to take it to the grocery stores.
Wow. Just a
So
car
something
show.
like that you could drive, and they're not allowed to drive it to work. They're only allowed to drive it to car shows.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
depending on
Something
your
like that you
insurance,
could
it's
drive
really,
every day.
really interesting. Some of the, I don't know what stipulations, I guess, that they put in for, and then is it an agreed value policy or just a loss amount type? I found that out doing our Firebird.
We have a
Yes,
special thing up here where you can buy vintage license plates.
Wow. Yeah.
They're half the price of a regular license plate, but you're not
Yeah,
allowed to go on the highways.
Oh, wow. So only on side
only
streets?
number 2, you can't go on the 401s, the major highways.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't
Interesting.
know that.
I
Wow.
have a classic car plates on that 80 SE, and my restriction is I'm not allowed to run it after dark. No more than like 20 miles from home.
Wow. Interesting.
But
Interesting.
buy the plate once and you're done. You never have to register it again.
Yeah. So there's some economy there for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Now, before we move on with the podcast, I do have to give a quick shout out to Stacy and Art Fosler. Now, we've been messaging back and forth, and we've mentioned on the podcast a couple of times that they've been trying to send me some video footage. Well, the footage has been received, and the footage is amazing. So thank you so much to Stacy and Art Fosler for that footage. In the coming weeks, we're going to be sharing some of that footage with you. We've got enough to kind of spread out over a few weeks. So you've got that to look forward to. I think you're really going to like it. So thank you so much to Stacy and Art Fosler for that footage. And before we continue any further, we do have to do some shout outs. We're going to do them real quick, and we'll catch you on the other side in about 1 minute. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool. So we are back. I also need to say that Chris Roy, who was on here earlier, he messaged me behind the scenes. He did have to go. He had something to take care of. But we thank him so much for coming on, and we look forward to bringing him on the podcast another time. We've got another comment that's come in. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll move forward here to the next video. David from Alaska Railroad says, interesting, I didn't know about the vintage plates. I have collector's plates on his Monte Carlo, 1980 Monte Carlo. His restriction is no driving in February. He wouldn't drive it anyway because they get snow there. Interesting point. I guess every state has their little nuance thing that they do with it. Very interesting. Cool deal. So we are on item number 4. This is a 1967 Dodge Coronet. This is owned by a friend of mine who lives nearby, just maybe 15 or 20 minutes away. His name is Ray Parento in Derby, Vermont. And I was over there last weekend, and we did some video work together. Let me find it. Here it is. Let's take a look.
I'm Ray Parano, Derby, Vermont. Here I've got my 67 Dodge Coronet. I've owned this car basically a good portion of my life. I was 16 years old when I got this car. I'm 59 now. It had 16,780 original miles on it when I got it. A gentleman in Morgan, Vermont at the time owned the thing. My dad, being in high school, I was just getting ready to get my license. We were trying to find a car. My father says, I know where there's a car for you. It's an old car. I said, okay. And went and looked at it. And I'm sure most kids at that time when you're in high school, they're not much interested in an old car. So, like I said, it is a Coronet 500. It It's pretty much original as it was when I got it. It has been touched up a couple times. When I went to college, it once had a slant 6, 225, 3 on the tree. I went to school to be an automotive tech. Something about a big B-body Mopar with a 6-cylinder didn't really excite me that much.
Yeah.
So there was a car that was given to the school just for parts and pieces and just do whatever you wanted with it. And I asked for the motor. So I built this 318 motor for it. I was in school. It was kind of cool because you're getting graded on your project. So that was my shop project. I built this motor. We just built it fairly stock. We did change some pieces in it. It's got 340 heads, 4-barrel carburetor. We put headers on it. And so I left, when we were in school, I had it running pretty good. And I left the original 3-speed transmission in it. And we broke that a couple times. Literally, I had enough torque, it split the case. You get after it in second gear, and it would just literally twist the case and break it. So I ended up putting a 4-speed in the car. So I had it all these years. Never drove it. You know, when you're in high school and college, you don't really have a lot of extra money. So I was able to go through those times and not have to drive it in the winter and the summer. Which, and hence, that's why it looks the way it does here now. Doesn't get driven a lot now. We may take it out a couple times a year, but typically it won't see more than 100 or so miles in the summer. There were a couple things that I had done to it. It had drum brakes on it. I did a 4-wheel disc brake conversion. My wife likes to ride in the car, and she mentioned several times she'd like to drive the car. And it literally, you want to stand on it with both feet, and she being so small. So we put power brakes on it, but it is manual steering, and it's kind of a bear. It's a big car, and it's got radial tires on it. So sitting still, it's hard to steer. So that's a conversion I haven't done to it yet. But I don't really have much more to say about it. It's pretty much an original deal. It's been so long since I've owned the damn thing. I can't say that there's been, other than washing it and rubbing it all these years, that's about all I do to it.
Nice. That's the interior stock, or has that been upgraded?
Yeah, never done.
Nice.
Yeah, in fact, the driver's seat needs some repairs. There's a lot of flaws that are starting to come through. I mean, hey, the car is very old.
Yeah.
It's got a couple blisters now that at some point they'll have to get repaired. They just haven't. I can open the hood if you want.
Yes, yeah.
It used to look pretty good at one time. It hasn't seen a lot of love, but it looked pretty decent when I opened the hood.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, that's a 318, and it's. I wouldn't have any problem driving the car to Connecticut if I needed to today.
Nice, yeah.
It was always trustworthy to drive.
Sure. I'll get this side too.
Oh,
yeah, I like that. Nice. Want to fire it up?
Sure.
Nice. I'll go around behind for the exhaust note too. Oh yeah, nice burble. Yeah, that's nice, Ray. Cool deal. There you have it. What do you guys think of that?
It's a nice Dodge. I mean, from a distance, when you first come out, you'd almost think it was a Charger, not a Coronet.
Sure. Yeah, like one of the early Chargers.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that it was an original 225, one of the first cars I had when I was a kid had that same engine. You couldn't kill them. You run them dry on antifreeze and drive it home, fill it back up, and that's probably one of the stouter engines that Chrysler ever produced. That, I mean, the first time you open the hood and look at one, you think, damn, my motor mount broke. The engine fell over.
Yeah. Cool deal. Any more thoughts on the Coronet before we move forward? Or
Well, that motor you took out, that was a collector's piece. They
Yeah.
lasted forever, those slant six.
sure.
Yeah. We have a stock car class up here with just 6 cylinders. And most people have gone with that slant six. And they put 3 2-barrels on it, and they're fast. They're
Yeah.
fast.
Sweet.
Yeah.
They've
And they're
won a lot of
reliable.
demolition derbies in their day.
Yeah.
I mean, you run them bone dry, and they won't die. I don't know
Nice.
what it is about them. They just
Would like the
That's
old
nice to see somebody
Timex
have a
ads.
car that long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's been since he's had that since he was in high school.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really cool. And I love that exhaust note too. As you could hear as I got closer to the back end of it to the pipes there, you could really hear that note. That was really nice.
Yeah.
But we've got a comment that's come in, and then we're going to take a look at some more video here. David from Alaska Railroad says, unfortunately, he has to leave now. 4:30 in the morning comes up fast. He's going to watch the replay, and he says, thanks for doing the podcast. Well, thank you so much, David, for checking in. We appreciate that you're able to come on, even if it's just for a little while. Really appreciate it, and hope you'll catch us on the replay as well. So we are now on item number 5. Now, Chris Crandall, who's here tonight under the Firebird Nation, he's got a NASCAR to street car conversion project. And before we roll this video, Chris, any quick comments?
This is actually the second one we got. It's I have a friend that lives in Washington. He used to run sprint cars, New York, Pennsylvania. You know, I was in the Army, so pretty much anywhere he went, he raced. Well, got to the point where he retired. He did 2 stints between full retirement stints between the Air Force and the Army.
Yeah.
And so he's been all over the road. He's always raced. Well, he got to the point he couldn't race no more, retired. So what's he do? He took his car and street legaled it. And it's just basically you add the DOT regulated lighting wherever you're from, a windshield, a mirror, and a wiper system, and take it to get inspected like any average vehicle. And the state will issue a VIN number and a title and everything. And now you have a street legal car that's a race car.
Nice.
This makes what number 6 race car in our fleet that we have. That too expensive, whatever. You don't race anymore, not like when you were young. So what's the next best thing? Okay, make a street legal hot rod that, you know, and that's how you classify it. You don't say race car, you say it's a home built hot rod, you know, same as building a rat rod or anything.
Sure.
And you can still enjoy your car, and that's what he does. I mean, he does parades, go to the store and grab milk and eggs, go to the tracks. You know, he tours the country now through the summer. That's his retirement. He'll travel and he'll go to tracks and he'll put dirt tires on it, because anybody that's familiar with sprint car racing knows that they have to be push started because they don't have a starter in them.
Sure.
You know, so it's all direct drive, push start. So he'll push them to fire them off, and that's what he does for his retirement. And then when he's not pushing them, he puts street tires on it and drives it. You know, he'll go down to the local cafe and get breakfast in the morning. And
Nice.
it's a head turner. He actually let me drive his. I couldn't find any pictures or video to share with you, so I'll have to get you that for in the future. But it's a head turner wherever he goes. So he's like, why don't you do what I did? You got cars in the garage. You're paying for the garage. The cars are collecting dust. Make something that you can use. Okay. Well, I had a chassis I was going to do, but I want to do a 2-seat. And the configuration of the tube was too extensive to build a passenger compartment with the chassis I had. And talked to another friend that actually lives in Canada, that he took an old NASCAR and built an autocross, you know, like I guess it'd be the name. It's, you know, he could take his out
parking lot with cones and stuff.
autocross. Yeah, the parking lot or race tracks. You know, he can actually take it out on the track and race it.
Yeah.
And his is a street legal. He did I think it's a 69 Chevelle body that he put on it. Beautiful car. And he said, finding they're all over. You know, you got to dig them up, but go find an old NASCAR car, and you cut 2 tubes out of the interior, and now you have the room to put your passenger seat in, and then body it however you want, build it the way you want to. So that's what led.
Nice.
We got one, and then, you know, I bought one on a Wednesday. by Friday, we figured out, and both the cars I have they were last run in the ARCA series. So it's, they start out in Cup, and it's just hand me down. The lower levels buy the old cars to run in their class because the big levels don't use it no more.
Yeah.
So I ended up at 2-1. We were trying to find a body. Well, in the course of trying to find the body from Wednesday to the weekend, and Monday morning, I got sent a message, and the guy called me and said, I have a car with a body on it that you might want to take a look at. And he sent pictures at lunchtime and then told me what he wanted. And I'm glad I was parked, because I literally fell out of the seat. I picked this car up with lots of extra parts the onboard fire extinguisher system that, if it catches fire, will automatically deploy, and other stuff for under $1,000.
Wow. And that's what we're going to look at now, right?
Yes. Yeah, this
Cool.
would be
Yeah,
the
let's
second
take a
car
look.
that I bought.
Nice. Let's take a look at that.
And for the next teaser, this week's special, whatever, a former early to mid 2000s era NASCAR Cup car that is going to be destined. This was last run in the ARCA Racing Series. Our current, it's a Ford Fusion, I think, or not Fusion. Yeah, maybe I think it's a Fusion decals. But this is destined to be turned into a street legal 2-seat, possibly 3 race car, depending on the configuration that I do. It still has it's the other frame that has a fuel cell. So this is where your fuel cell and catch can would go. You have your spoilers, of course. Adjustable rear spoiler and everything. I'm not going to bother opening the thing. It's just a dead trunk space. The steering wheel is in the garage. You have most of the gauges, the tack, all your switches for your different fan blowers and everything. Where the dash panel would go. So you can see all the wiring. That's all the extra windows. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but there's extra windows and ductwork. The fire extinguisher system, which is built in. There's an oil tank. Pretty much got everything body, for the car. There's air cleaner assembly down in the front of the hood. The cowling ductwork piece, which is attached to the back of that. And then, as you can see, this is your cowl induction where that panel sets in, hooks to the back of the air cleaner built to the engine, and it's all open. So the car needs brakes. I'm not sure if it'll show up in the dark, but it still has the radiator in it and the fan blowers, which is kind of hard. Like I said, I'm not going to bother pulling the pins right now to open because there's really nothing to see. It's just an open. All the flaps and the roof flaps are in it, still for safety to the way they would operate with they're just a pain because they're tight. All the roof flaps that'll deploy in the roof, but it needs cleaned up, redone, painted the way we want to do it, and put together. This is the car I was thinking about building, the 427, which is in the trailer over there. So it's a toss-up. I have a 427 Chevy back here in the garage behind me. I also have a 455 Oldsmobile that I could redo. So I'm tossing up one of those two, kind of old school type thing, or go to a salvage yard or something, maybe find a 6.0 LS with all the computer and everything and build a fuel injection route. So not sure which way I want to go with it yet, but it's going to be a, set up as you can drive it daily if you want. It'll be street legal, licensed. I got to add the lights, the wipers, all the DOT requirements to have it ready for that, and the inspection to get it titled and everything. But you can follow this on our channel, Firebird Nation. We'll be doing some build videos as we go, as well as the ADSE I mentioned earlier. Firebird Nation on YouTube. You can pretty much see every one of the birds that we have right now. A couple others of stuff that's on there that we've done to some of the birds. But follow along. Enjoy us here at Muscle Car Podcast. And anybody that's interested in AMSOIL, check out the deal to be a preferred customer. Save you some money, get some perks and bonuses. Or if you feel real ambitious, look into doing the sponsor for a dealership. Mike has gotten me involved with that, and it's a great program. Give you a little extra on the side if you want to do it as a hobby, or you can make it a full-time career. Everybody have a good night. Thank you.
Cool deal. Yeah, that's a sweet project. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and the two things I didn't show in the video, like of the radiator, because that was the original radiator, what they use.
Yeah. That
doesn't show it justice, because if I'd have popped the hood and came to the side, the radiator in that car is about 6 inches thick.
Oh, wow.
It is it is huge, and it's aluminum, but it's it's like that wide. It's when I first seen it, good Lord, and it has the race wheels on it, which anybody that follows NASCAR knows that before they went to this next gen car they use this year, for safety reasons, they run a dual valve stem wheel and tire. And what they have is an inner liner, which is essentially another tire inside the tire. If they blew a tire, it would allow them to try to bring the car under control and down to speed before it would totally blow out, spin out, whatever to cause an accident. And it was really funny because I stopped somewhere and they were looking at the car, and it was one of the truck stops, and I brought it home. The guy was like, "Well, your tires are flat. You need to air them up." I said, "Well, wait, if you want to pull an air hose, be my guest." We come back in, scratch his head, says, "Which valve stem do I use?" I'm like, "Hell, I don't know. I just bought the car." we loaded it on a wrecker and pushed it on the trailer. I said, "One of them will pump them up." Yeah, but it's ironic. They actually, I mean, the way they're set, you do the inner liner pressure, and then you can do the outer tire pressure, so they can adjust it for their tire pressures when they adjust the setup on the car for whatever track they're on.
The track conditions and so forth.
Yeah, like the banking, track conditions, temperature, the wear on the tire, and they can adjust the air pressure just to make a change in the way the car is handling. And then it has all the screw jack adjustments, which I don't know if you can see in the back window, where the holes in the back window where they put the wrench through, where it's actually a screw jack on the spring, and on what is it? I think it's a track bar they call it, where you can adjust part of the suspension, or you can adjust the pressure on the spring for that corner to adjust it as well.
That's cool. So each corner is adjustable for the track conditions or weather conditions or whatever.
Yeah, and I have an old it's a late model chassis for, like, well, you're familiar with it up there, Mike, in the Northeast, what they used to call the pro stocks that they run as late models up on the asphalt tracks. I have one of those cars I used to run, so I'm kind of familiar with that, with the big springs and the screw jacks doing adjustments. And it's amazing how much adjustment just in the air pressure and a couple turns on those you can do, as well as where you put the weight in the car when you put the lead weights in for wherever you're going.
Sure.
Just how much of a change you can put in the chassis and the way that it operates and twists.
So
it's amazing how adjustable those are.
Or a 5-year project?
Yeah, if this was, because I'm never home, probably.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah. I wouldn't be
looks like a fun
now.
project.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm debating because I don't know what engine to go with. I've got options to go old school transmission.
Oldsmobile to build.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile parts are so much more than Chevy parts to buy.
Yeah, and the good part is you can set it up under the hood whatever you want, because all it is decals. The way they're set now, their bodies and everything are all the same. It's just a matter of welding the motor mount in that you want, put your engine under the hood. And I have I shouldn't say I do, but we have an old Chevy Suburban that has the 5.3 fuel injected 4-wheel drive at the house, but the body and the frame is pretty much went to pot. So I was thinking, how quick do I want to run this? And I could yank the engine and the computer out of that and put it in this thing, have the convenience of fuel injection. It's not a monster motor, but that big heavy Suburban, I mean, probably 3 times, 4 times the weight of that car.
Yeah.
So
should have pretty good power to weight ratio there.
Yeah, and
sure.
You can do a little bit of stuff with that. So I'm debating what route, how to do it, how to build it, but keep it reliable, because that's all it is. It's street legal. Jump in and go to the town or whatever. And then it's just
take it to shows.
One of the big questions somebody said, so how are you going to build the doors? It's a race car. You want to ride? You're climbing through the window. I ain't changing. Yeah. So I've climbed in that one once, and I will say, for my old fat butt, it's a pain getting out, because I ain't as young as I used to be.
Yeah.
And that's without a seat in it. Once you get the full containment seat, if we go with that style of seat,
you got to shimmy in there.
Which is why they all have removable steering wheels, because it's for room to get your knees and legs down under to get in and out of the things.
Sure. Well, cool. Yeah, that was fun to look at, and I don't mean to cut you short, but we do have more to do here. But we're going to do some shout outs here real quick, and we've got another video on the other side. So we'll catch you here in about 1 minute. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool. So we are back, and we're about to take a look at a 1969 Dodge Charger RT, and this car is for sale by our friends at MGM Classic Cars. So let me cue up that video here. We'll take a look. This is a sweet, sweet example. I think you're going to be impressed.
Cars in Addison, Illinois. MGMClassicCars.com. Fresh, right off the presses. 1969 Charger RT SE. It's got a factory 440 date-coated engine in it. Automatic 727 trans. Rear end are all numbers matching. So is the transmission. It's got factory wheels. It's got a good set of tires all the way around. It's had one paint job about 15 years ago. Pretty much all original throughout this thing. What a gorgeous stance on these Chargers. They are just sexy. We don't see enough of them. This is a nice one. Beautiful gold paint. SE vinyl top in great shape. Nothing to talk about up here. Real nice up on top. Got the vent windows, sport mirrors. Look at those lines. Drives out wonderful. Brakes great. All the front chrome is in good shape. All your lights, turn signals are working. Wipers are working. Hood lines up excellent. All your glass around the car is in real good shape. All your chrome moldings are in good shape. Front fender lines up great with the door the way it should. Right gaps. Clean. All the way down through the valances to the rear quarter panel. Really nice. No paint flaws really. Rear quarter, good shape. No real flaws. Trunk lines up well, all the way throughout. Your rear glass and chrome is good all the way throughout. Look at that. Nice. Come on, man. That's a nice ass. Dual exhaust coming the way they should. All your lights in the back are working. All your gauges are working correctly. Rear passenger quarter, no flaws that I could see, and lines up the way it should. Front door, same, with a sport mirror. Clean car, straight body. Really nice. Interior's all in good shape. Seatbelts in the rear are intact. Rear deck is good, and headliner. All your lights inside are working as well. Interior's in real good shape, pretty much original. These are coming harder and harder to find. Real nice factory color. Show you the trunk in a second. Door panels are all good. Clean. All your carpets are good. Dash pad is good. Center console. $44,713 miles are showing. I was told it's only a couple car owners that had this thing. Got a couple vent lips that are broken, but nothing major. It's also an air-conditioned car. I forgot to share with you, which just popped in my brain, which is important. Nice. RT SE. Not many of those. All your weather stripping is good. Look how nice it is inside there. Spare tire, jack, nice and clean. It's a real nice car. Bam, there you go. I'll take it up on the rack, shoot some pictures. Pretty original. Pretty original. All right, I'm gonna put this down for a second. I want to open the hood, everybody. Hang in there. Okay, aluminum radiator. Nice feature, keep the car nice and cool. Fresh battery, all your belts and hoses are in good shape. It's got power disc brakes. It's a 440, date coded, which the car came with, but it's not a numbers matching on the engine. The trans and the rear end are original manifolds. Nice upgrade, air conditioning unit is intact. Nice car. That should tell you everything you need to know with these Chryslers and Dodges. That spelled it out for you. All right, what did I do with the keys? Here we go. Do a little fire in the hull. Okay. Oh, even the clock's working. There we go. Someone love this thing. All your gauges are working. I hear the radio crunkling in the back. Nice sound. Just the way it should. Give it a little bit more gas. Real clean car. Someone's getting a nice one. So you're looking to do some financing with us and you're anywhere from a 640 to a 739, please go to our website, mgmclassiccars.com, find the car, hit apply now, minimum down 10%, will go as far as 84 months. If you are a 740 score and above, go directly to lightstream.com. Again, that's lightstream.com. Sometimes no money down, again, up to 84 months, good rates. How nice this thing is. We've got over 100 cars in stock ready for immediate delivery. All our pricing, description, photo, and video is online. We ship all over the United States, bonded and insured, open and enclosed. If you have any questions on our cars or questions on shipping, please text me or call me at 773-600-0919. Again, my name is Earl, 773-600-0919. We are located in Addison, Illinois, 20 minutes southwest of O'Hare Airport. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday from 10 to 2, by appointment only. Please text me or call me at 773-600-0919. We'll get you in, spend a little time with the car, answer your questions, and get one of these home with you. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. Thanks for spending a little bit of time on this beautiful 1969 Charger. Have a great day, everybody. You'll be seeing me soon. Bye.
He did it again.
Oh, no microphone. Sorry. What do you guys think of that Charger?
Did he really say there's only 44,000 miles on that car?
I believe so.
Wow.
That's a survivor.
That's a piece to find.
That's a rolling work of art right there that you normally something like that you're not gonna see anywhere but Barrett Jackson or Meckham.
Yeah, it's true.
Beautiful car. I mean, I bet that'd be a six-figure car at the auction.
Yeah, and I believe they're looking to get well over $100,000 for that at MGM if it's even still in stock. Because I downloaded that a few weeks ago, so it's quite possible it's already sold.
Yeah. Now,
but,
with the stick shift, did that car come with the pistol grip shifter, or was that later in their line of cars?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that one had a stick. I think that was a automatic.
That car
with
there was an auto
with the button on the top. Yeah. But
Yeah,
before we wrap things up, I think Rob had an AMSOIL trivia question he was going to do with us.
Yes, at the end of this program, we have our AMSOIL little commercial running, and we have a thing on there. If anybody can send Mike an email or a message, what product do we talk about on there that is not automotive related? Anybody gives us an answer, we're going to send them a gift. So if you watch the video afterwards and find out what product is not automotive related, send Mike an email. What your answer is, we'll pick some winners and send them a gift. And we have magazines. If you want more information about AMSOIL, send Mike a message. He'll send you one of the. You click on Mike's website and you'll get one of these magazines sent to you. Tell you all about the AMSOIL products.
Absolutely. Link in the description for all of that. And we also have the email address there at the bottom of the screen for if you have an answer to the trivia question. And yeah, pay close attention to the closing video. If you can figure that out, send an email, and Rob is going to have something for you. And with that, let me get rid of that scrolling email. There we go. Yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on. Any quick last words before we wrap it up?
Great show, Mike.
Cool, thank you.
Great show as always. Glad to be here. It's
and Chris,
fun.
we like your vehicles.
Yes.
I could line the driveway with all.
When you get it done.
I'll do you one better than that. I'll let you drive it.
Nice. Yeah, keep us posted on those projects. Cool deal. So yeah, keep us posted on that. And with that, we give the last word to AMSOIL. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming on. Thank you also to the viewers for making this possible. And we'll catch up with you guys next week. Have a good one.
Anytime.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer. You save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value, and this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the Preferred Customer Program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes, yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.